right, Missy. Okay, we are down here with puppy Bella for our week 1 video recap. And we are going to start with just a little bit of play with Bella. She loves the flirt pole. In these videos, what we're going to do is just run through all of the training exercises that we've been practicing with the puppies for this last week so that you can see how they've been doing. Oh my goodness, you're getting tangled. And so that you have something to reference with your individual puppy once they go home. Good girl, Bella. When you registered, you should have received a confirmation email that has some links in it. The first one that you're going to want to check out is the video recap library. So make sure you watch your videos for week 1 because those are all the things that we're going to review with Bella in this video today. Good girl. So we like to start with some play when they first come down to the training space. This is called a flirt pole. The puppies really love it. As you can see, they can chase the toy on the end of the flirt pole. They can grab it and we can play a little tug with it. Really fun toy for puppies and all dogs. Good girl. This specific flirt pole, if you think this is a toy you want to get for your puppy, can be found on my products page. There's a link right to Amazon to purchase one. Yeah, you got it. Good girl. And I also like this toy for puppies because it teaches them to play with the toy and to bite the toy instead of biting at my hands, since the toy is way down here at the end of the flirt pole. All right, so let's get started with our training exercises. So the very first thing that we've done with the puppies in week 1, and we did this with each lesson, is we started by charging our clicker. So we're just going to click the clicker and pair that with a piece of food. Are you ready, Bella? Kind of breaking up our snacks into smaller pieces for these little babies. Ooh, good girl. Okay, so we're probably going to charge our clicker maybe 3 times in a row. I want her to know that the sound of the click means that a cookie is coming. So again, if you watch the video library, charging the clicker, it's going to be more detailed explanation of why we do these things, how we do these things, so you know exactly what we're doing and how to implement them at home, okay? So after charging the clicker for a few reps, now we're simply just going to take our food in our hand and teach Bella about following a food lure. So after a few steps, I'm going to mark her following the food lure with the clicker, then I'm going to release the treat that's in my hand. So now we're going to do that a few times. She's very connected to the food in my hand. She takes a few steps. I click the clicker, release the treat. Do you want to do that one more time, Bella? Yes, good girl. Very nice. Look at you. Good puppy. Good puppy. We can also use the food lure to start to teach the puppies what their names are. So this is one of our first name recognition exercises. You got a little itch. So I'm going to show her that I've got the food and do the exact same thing, but this time, Bella. I'm pairing it with her name. So I'm making the association when she hears her name. She should interact with me, follow me. Bella. Good girl. One more of those. Bella. Good puppy. And then I'm going to say, get it. And then put one of those cookies on the ground. That's kind of a little reset. Go ahead, chase this cookie, reset. All right, so those are the kind of first few exercises that we did with the puppies this week. Now we're just going to take a little play break. Good girl, Bella. Love the flirt pole. Yeah, you got it. So see how she's got it now? We can play a little tug. But look at how far away from each other that we are, so we can make sure that she's not accidentally biting my hands, right? And then if I get the flirt pole back, she could do a little chase again. Good girl. Wow, look at you. She wants to keep going between my feet. You're silly. You're silly. And I love when we can do a little bit of training with some food, and then we can do a little bit of play, and then we can go back into some training again. This will make a very tired dog. Good girl. All right, let's put this back up for a second. Move on to our next training exercise, which is the hand target. The hand target might look kind of similar to following the food lure, but the difference here with the hand target is that the puppy is going to disconnect from the food in our hand for a second, so I'll show you what that looks like. Again, I'm just making these treats small for little baby. There we go. All right, so I'm going to show Bella that I've got a cookie in my hand, and instead of moving it slowly, this time I'm going to move a little faster. Bella, touch. Good girl. As soon as she reconnects with my hand, that's what I'm marking with the clicker, and then I release the treat. So I'm going to get her attached initially, but then move a little faster. Bella, touch. Good girl. And let's do that one more time. What do I have? Is that your cookie? Bella, touch. Beautiful. Good baby. So the hand target is a movement exercise. I want the dog targeting their nose to my hand. This is a nice foundation for maybe like an informal recall. So again, watch your video library for more details on that. Okay, so from there, we're gonna move on to one of our first position changes, and that's a sit. Good girl, Bella. I think she heard me already. Bella, sit. Yes, good girl. So as soon as she finds position, I'm going to click the clicker. Okay. I'm using that release cookie to tell her she can move out of the sit. Bella, sit. Good girl. So smart. Okay. Let's do one more of those. Bella, sit. Beautiful. That's a good puppy. Look at you. Okay. She's a very smart girl. All right, so let's move on to our next behavior, which is the first step in a mat. So this will turn into a stay type behavior, but this week our criteria is not a lot. We just want our puppies coming over to the mat, finding 4 feet on them, on the mat. Good girl. Once she does, I'm going to mark that with the clicker, and I'm going to put a couple treats onto the mat. Then I'm going to release her off. Okay. Good girl. Get it. So while this might not look like a stay behavior quite yet, we're going to add steps to this each week, okay? Bella, where's your mat? Good girl. Very good girl, Bella. Okay. Perfect. Let's do that one more time. So you notice I'm doing everything, about 3 repetitions, and then I'm moving on to something else. So when you're practicing these things at home, you could pick just 2 or 3 behaviors, practice each for 3 or 4 repetitions, move on to something else. Where are you? I don't want to step on you. Where's your mat? Good girl. Girl, Bella. Okay. Perfect. So next week we'll add some criteria to that behavior, but for this week we just want our puppies getting on the mat and building some value for being on there. Okay? Ooh, you want to play again? Yeah, of course you do. Look at you. Good girl. Oh, where did that go? Where did that go? And again, we did about 3 little training exercises, and now we're going to play again. Just to make sure that we're keeping it light, we're keeping it fun. Good girl, Bella. Look at you. She keeps wanting to bring it between my feet. You're going to trip me. Good girl. Oh, yeah, you got that toy? Wow, you're so strong. You're so strong. Look at you. Good girl. When she has the toy, I'm just giving her some pets. Again, just to kind of teach her that you can have your mouth on the toy. And if I touch you, it's not a big deal. You can keep your mouth on the toy. You don't need to bite me. Let me play a little tuggy again. Good girl. Ooh, I got it. I got it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ooh. All right, I'll bring that back out in a second. But I'm going to show you, let's see, I think we've gotten through pretty much everything for this week. We're just going to work now on some of our handling exercises, okay? So for these exercises, I'm going to leave the clicker up here for a second. And I'm just going to use a verbal marker for this because I'm going to be using my other hand to touch the puppy, okay? So I'm going to give Bella a little pet and then say yes and release one of those treats instead of clicking the clicker. Good girl. Okay, she ate that treat. She's reconnected to the lure in my hand. Now I'm going to take this hand and bring it underneath her belly. Yes. And I'm just kind of holding her still. Okay. So what we're doing here is just practicing a little bit of restraint. We want to teach our puppies to be okay with restraint because this is what is going to happen at the groomer and the vet hospital. So same thing on this side. Yes. Not doing anything super invasive right now. All I'm doing is bringing my hand underneath their belly, kind of holding them still. Yes. Marking and feeding that, and then, okay, again, releasing them out of position. Wow, look at you, Bella. What a good puppy. Now, the very last thing that we introduce in week 1 is at the end here, we are going to get them dressed in their little harness. We want to introduce gear for the puppies right off the bat. So what I mean by that is collars. They're already wearing collars. And maybe also harnesses. Anything that the dog might be wearing later in life. Here we go. Sometimes when we first put these types of things on the dogs, they don't know why they're wearing them. Where is that? Go get it. And they almost act like they're wearing a little straitjacket. These puppies have been doing pretty good with it though. Good girl, Bella. So once I put her harness on, so we're just socializing her to the harness, right? So I'm putting the harness on, then I'm going to show her that I've got some food. Go get it. And I might toss some get it cookies around just so that she's learning that she can move normally even though she's wearing something. Go get it. So we might do that just a few times. Go get it. Good girl. Look at you. And then maybe we'll play a little bit again. So we're making some positive associations with getting dressed in the harness. Wow. Yeah, good girl. And look at, she's like, oh, I don't care, I'm wearing this harness, I can bite my toy. She loves this purple. You're silly. All right, so to recap really quick, we started by charging the clicker. From there, we moved into following a food lure and pairing that with her name. Then we practiced some hand targets, sits, and the first step in go to your mat. After that, we did some handling exercises, a little bit of restraint, and we're practicing socializing her to the harness. All right, so again, make sure you watch your week 1 video recaps for more detailed instructions on how we teach these behaviors and why. There's also like some readable handouts in those links as well. I'd encourage you to look over those before your puppy comes home. There's some problem prevention strategies in there. You'll also see the last paragraph about booking your Zoom lesson for after your puppy goes home. I will have my September availability open early next week. So if you click on that link right now, you're not going to see any Zoom availability for me today, but I'm hoping I'll have that set over the weekend so that you've got time to get that booked before your puppy comes home. Good girl, Bella. All right, you won it. You got it. We will see you next week for your week 2 recap.